Hey guys, my name is ChrisAwake. This is the first time I'm doing YouTube series, tutorial series for viewers out there. I'm a travel myself. This is what I did last year. I went from Vilnius, Lithuania, up to Scandinavia and all the way down to Portugal by autostop mostly. And I flew to Italy, stopped in Venice because it was too cold, and went to London. That took me 80 days and 1,150 euros of expenses. This year, just a month ago, I came back from a trip. I went from Vilnius all the way down to Istanbul, Athens, went to Venice, making it a whole circle of Europe. And from Frankfurt, I flew back home. That took me another 40 days and 950 euros, because this time I mostly stayed in hostels instead of sleeping in streets. And yeah, I think I'm experienced enough to give you guys some tips. Stay tuned, because this is the first part, which is going to be the budget, and this is where some kind of intro pops in. Transport options are flying, taking a train, taking a bus, taking a BlaBlaCar. We're gonna get to that. And hitchhike. You can get cheap, really cheap flights if you look for them. Go to Skyscanner or go to Region, cheapest airline. In Europe, that would be Ryanair. And look for the cheap deals, and you can, for example, fly from Vilnius to London for 10 euros. Okay, let's say you buy that ticket, you get to London, and you look for another cheap flight. You go to Denmark, Copenhagen, you fly to Copenhagen. From Copenhagen, you get another deal. You fly to Paris. From Paris, you get another deal. Go. This is a really cheap way to travel like that, and you can do like probably 5 countries with 100 euros or something like that. But keep in mind, you also have to pay to get in and out of the airport. You can go from 5 to 20 euros to go back and forth. Last one on the plane. Option number 2 would be taking trains. I didn't like the train option. Apart from Italy, it's a necessary option. Most of the time, they're quite pricey. The view is amazing. It's really chill. You can relax. There's a lot of space, but not a huge fan of trains. I don't know why. Another option is a bus. Some of them get really cheap. Flixbus, waiting for the Flixbus. Flixbus would be the cheapest line out there. I literally jumped into the bus, closed my eyes and opened my eyes, and I'm in Prague. So. BlaBlaCar, it's something between hitchhiking and an Uber. So you get a guy. This guy sent me a photo. And you pay through gas together to get from one scene to another. Sorry, excuse me. Florence to Bologna took me like 5 euros, cheaper than a bus and faster than a bus. And lastly, hitchhiking is absolutely free, apart from that you need to get a bus to get to the hitchhiking spot. And it does take time, and you need to have patience for it. But then again, it's cheaper, it's faster than taking a bus. So, you have to decide which one of these you're gonna go, what kind of travel you're gonna be. Next up, the city. How are you going to travel in the city? In my case, I was mostly walking or riding with the skate.
Best decision ever. Like, it's saving me time and energy. I'm just pretty much standing right now. Taking a ride.
There's an option for a city bike, which is quite a fun option. Not all of cities have that, but it's a quite cool way to travel around. In terms of price, it might be the same as taking the bus, but this way you're your own boss and you can travel wherever, which is really fun. You can take a bus or a metro. Both of them good and bad options, depends. I really don't like overcrowded people. I need my personal space. You can black ride.
Okay, time to cheat.
Black riding is when you don't pay for a ticket, but you take the bus or the metro.
So good.
Don't do that in the Eastern countries. They're used to black riders, and they're definitely gonna find you. But you can't do that in the Western European countries.
Yeah.
Got stuck. She let me through. I'll take it. Like €4, I think.
Just pretend you just don't understand what they're saying if you're a foreigner, or pretend to be a dumb tourist like, oh, I didn't know where to buy a ticket. Or just say, dude, I'm a traveler, I'm a homeless traveler, I don't have money. You know, just be honest and say like, dude, I'm on a budget, please let me go. How to get cheap food? My most favorite website would be Eat Like a Local, this one. Or just Google Eat Like a Local and enter a city name. The first page that pops out, go for it. There's gonna be loads of names popping in. Look for them, go for reviews, go for something unique, you know, because you're traveling, might as well eat some local traditional food out there. You know, get more experience out of it. Another option, just go to the supermarket. If you're a vegetarian, that's probably the most decent option for you.
Just to let you know, people, this is how I look.
Buy some raw vegetables or raw fruits and you'll be fine.
I got some cheese, some bread, some fruits and tomatoes. It's the second time I'm in Lidl today.
If you're a meat eater, that would be more of an issue for you, but maybe canned tuna, that's what I ate in Portugal.
Day 4 eating tuna, but it's really cheap and really delicious in Portugal, I don't know why. The sea.
It's gonna save you tons of money, trust me, it's the cheapest way to go there. Water is free, so might as well just get a water bottle, get to a restaurant, pub or a bar and ask for some more.
Charge your supplies. They usually never say no.
You don't need to go to the supermarket to get some more.
Just asked for some more, and this gentleman just gave me the whole bowl of ice cold water, just for the heck of it. I'm like, are you sure? He's like,
Yeah, just take it. Turkish people are really, really nice.
If you're a coffee drinker, during the trip, you shouldn't be drinking coffee that much. I think it's unnecessary, you're not working, you know. It's not necessary unless you really love coffee, you know. It depends. The same goes for alcohol. It depends on what kind of person you are. If you're not gonna spend money on them, you're gonna save loads of money, trust me. If you are gonna spend money on them, it's you know, it's you. So, depends. Hotels are freaking expensive.
I like the cheapest room for one night.
So there's an option for hostels.
This hostel is neat.
Keep in mind, they're cheaper, but you'll be sleeping with other dudes or other girls.
Okay, so this is my bed over here. It's only 2 of us. There's a toilet. There we go. And there's a shower. It's a small, funny world. Literally, this is how the hostel is called.
So I prefer couch surfing.
Hello.
Awesome. Travel and stay at other people's places. And
About sharing in this one, right?
Yeah.
Like you open the flavors.
Yeah.
and then they travel and they stay at other people's places.
This is why I love couch surfing. 5 people make me dish.
Couch surfing is like you're surfing through sofas like that and you sleep on their sofas.
Good morning, people. So, I spent the night.
Try Trust Routes, it's another option. Haven't tried it myself, but I really heard good things about it, so you might check it out. And lastly, you can make yourself a picnic, get a tent, or just sleep like me in a super billion-star hotel.
Good night, aliens. Good night.
You'll see a lot of rooftops, buses, cargo trucks, etc.
It only smells a little bit.
Figure out how low can you go, you know, how low can you go literally.
The best thing about sleeping outside and freezing outside is that you're already dressed up in the morning. Yeah!
In the end, you have to figure out what kind of travel you are. You know, what are your comfort needs? Are you gonna fly a lot? Are you gonna take buses mostly? Are you gonna hitchhike? Sleep in hostels, hotels? Are you gonna do your best and sleep in and do a picnic yourself and sleep in the streets, maybe couch surfing. You have to have that in mind and get yourself a demo budget. Demo budget is when you put all of that in the account and make a number. Add a little bit more to make an ideal budget. Be generous with that. Be generous if you drink alcohol or coffee, etc. You get your ideal budget and then you have to get your limit budget. That's where shit goes wrong and you go over your ideal budget, and maybe you just bought some couple tickets to a festival, for example, a local festival. Or maybe, in my case, you broke your camera. And I spent another 800 euros for a camera during my trip. Those are emergency expenses and they're gonna go over your ideal budget. Once you get close to the limit budget, you have to stop and say, all right, buddy, it's enough. I'm running out of cash. I have just enough to buy a ticket to go back home, Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Definitely leave a comment down below if you have any questions for me. There's going to be a Q&A on the very last video of the series. The next one is going to be a backpacking part. Definitely check it out. And yeah, safe travels people. This was ChrisAwake. Peace out.